Hello viewers. Today's our topic is company meeting. Normally to say a meeting it is a gathering or assembling, but company meeting is not that one. To say a perfect company meeting it should be according and following the provisions of Companies Act 2013. Company meetings are of three types. First one is meeting of the shareholder, meeting of the director and meeting of the creditors. Coming to the first one, meeting of shareholders, it is also considered as shareholder meeting. The shareholders meeting are classified into two types. The first one is general meeting and the second one is class meeting. Now let us go to this general meeting. And this general meeting is subdivided into three types. The first one is statutory meeting, second one is annual general meeting and the third one is extraordinary general meeting. Now, let us conclude this statutory meeting. Statutory meeting is also known as first annual general meeting, and this statutory meeting is explained under section 96 subsection 1 of Companies Act 2013, and according to this section 165 of Companies Act 1956 it is named as statutory meeting. Let us say what is this statutory meeting. They are saying that the first official meeting of the shareholders of the company is known as statutory meeting. And they are saying that this is the first meeting of the company after its commencement of business. That's why they are calling it is also called as first annual general meeting. And they are saying that it is conducted only once in the lifetime of a company. Hope we will also celebrate our first birthday in once in the lifetime of our persons. Yes, and they are saying that this first AGM should be held within 9 months from the end of first financial year. And the provisions of Companies Act says that the first AGM cannot be extended by any authority under any circumstances. That means compulsorily the first AGM should be conducted within 9 months from the first financial year. Now coming to this annual general meeting. This is explained under section 96 subsection 1 and subsection 2 of the Companies Act 2013. They are saying that other than one person company, that means one person leaving the one person company, every company in addition to the other meeting, that is general meeting, annual general meeting should be conducted in the company. And they are saying that this will be held once in every year, that is annual. Hope everyone know it is a once in a year. And compulsorily this meeting should be conducted within 6 months from the date of closing of the financial year. Hope everyone know the financial year ends on 31st of March of next year. That means before 31st March of the 6 months this meeting should be conducted. And they are saying that the gap between two AGMs should not exceed 15 months. That means in this year on which month you have conducted the AGM, and next year's AGM should not have more than gap of 15 months. That means the gap between two AGMs should be within 15 months. Next one, in case it is not possible for a company to hold an AGM within prescribed time, the registrar may give any special reason. It may extend time period of 3 months. That means if it is not possible for a company to maintain an AGM, that means it is crossing the 15 months, at that time the company may refer the registrar. That time he may give the time up to period of 3 months. Now coming to this extraordinary general meeting. This extraordinary general meeting is according to section 100 of the Companies Act 2013. They are saying that leaving the all general meetings and first AGM meeting, whatever the other meetings they will conduct, that is called as extraordinary general meetings. And these extraordinary general meetings are conducted for any other and special business concern. At that time they do conduct this extraordinary general meeting. They don't want to postpone this meeting till the next AGM. So this extraordinary general meetings will be conducted. This extraordinary general meetings may be conducted by board of directors or directors on requisition by prescribed number of members or requisition by themselves or by tribunal. Hope all of you know tribunal is nothing but in our general terms court. And this may be conducted by board of directors or C is they are saying that requisitions themselves, that means who are in required of that matter, they may call for the meeting. Our first meeting is meeting of shareholder. In meeting of shareholder we discussed general meeting, statutory meeting which is called as annual general meeting, and next one is extraordinary general meeting. Now our next meeting of shareholders is class meeting. Now let us discuss what is class meeting. Class meeting are those meetings which are held by the shareholders of a particular class of shares. Example, preference shareholders are generally conducted when it is proposed to offer or affect the rights of a particular class. Now in these class meetings we have taken the example of preference shareholders. That means any issue relating to the preference shareholders, they will conduct a meeting. That means only preference shareholders will be attending the meeting. Let us take an example. They are saying that they want to cancel all arrears of dividend on cumulative preference shares. It necessary to call for a meeting of such shareholders in the class. The other holders have no right to attend and note. That means only the cumulative preference shareholders have the right to attend the meeting and no other shareholder has the right to attend the meeting. Our next main type, second one is board meeting or directors meeting. That means the directors where they conduct the meeting is called as board meeting, and these are the most important as well as most frequently held meetings. That means regularly they will not conduct this meeting, only for main purpose they conduct this meeting, and the main purpose is issuing any policy or to be decided of issuing the policies. And they are saying that the Companies Act will discretion to the directors to frame rules and regulations regarding the holding and conduct of this board meeting. And the act says that is according to section 173 of Companies Act 2013, it says that the first board meeting should be conducted within 30 days from the date of incorporation, and the company meeting of board of directors shall be called by giving 7 days notice to the directors. Now we are done with the meeting of shareholders, meeting of directors, and let us discuss the meeting of creditors. Hope everyone know who is a creditor. Creditor is nothing but the person who contributes to the company, or he may be termed as debenture or creditor. Now this creditor meeting is divided into two types. First one is meeting of debenture holder and meeting of creditor and contributor. Now let us discuss the first one, meeting of debenture holder. The debenture holder of a particular class conduct this meeting. That means they are generally conducted when the company to change terms of security or to modify their rates or to change rate of interest payable. Rules and regulations for holding the meeting are either entered into trust deed or endorsed on debenture bond. The second one is meeting of the creditor and contributors. They are held when the company proposes to make a scheme of arrangements with its creditors. Sometimes it is necessary to compromise or make some arrangements with their creditors. In these circumstances, a meeting of the creditors is necessary. That means the creditors meeting is divided into two types, that is debentures and the creditors. When any changes are made to the debenture holders, only the debenture holders conduct the meeting, and when it is related to the creditors conduct the meeting. This is finally the topic of meetings. Thank you one and all for viewing my channel. Please like, share and subscribe.